I'm in that new school Jeep I wagon, color Komodo dragon. My bitch look like she Jasmine, my nigga look like Aladdin. NKOTB, bitch, all these bitches is has-beens. I CPR the game and now all these bitches is gasping.
Hey, what's up world? It's your girl Brittany, and today I'm here with somebody very special, Angel Haze. What's going on?
My name is actually Babe Ruthless now.
But you have a special project coming out.
Yes, I do.
Back to the Woods. Okay, so I was stalking your Instagram, which I do sometimes. And I saw that you ended up in Virginia.
Yes.
And you were in the woods.
Yeah, I got stuck there actually. I wasn't supposed to be there on purpose. I was actually supposed to be flying to, I think, Sweden for a show. And like the airline I was flying on, they're idiots. They gave my tickets away because my plane came in too late. And so I was like, oh God, I'm gonna kill myself. I haven't been back here for like 4.5 years. And then I was like, whoa, you know, because I was going through a lot at that point, like in regards to like mental and like emotional trouble and stuff like that. And I was like in a really, really dark place. And so it was just weird that I would end up back at home. And I was like, why in the hell am I here, you know?
Right.
And so I was staying at a hotel that was about 20 minutes from the place that I sort of grew up in. I grew up homeless, so I never really had a house. And when I was 17, my mom got our first house. And it was in the middle of Springfield, Virginia. Yeah. Which is like, that's like super rural.
Yeah, it's like kind of 45 minutes south of DC.
Yeah.
Like by Dulles.
Yeah, right by Dulles. That's exactly where I was. And so I decided, I was like, I'm gonna drive out to, I broke into my house actually. Really? I can show you a video of it, I'm not bullshitting.
You broke into so there's nobody still living there?
No, someone lived there and I broke into there because to me, I have issues not understanding that things don't belong to me anymore. Okay. So I knocked on the door and the person was like super scared because I had two giant guys with me. And so they were like, no, like at all.
They're like, oh, I'm finna get robbed right now.
And so their car left and then I just like
went in.
You know, yeah. And I was like, wow, I used to live here. And they came back when I was coming out. And she was like, did you just come out of my house? And I was like, yeah. I used to live here, and we exchanged numbers, and she texts me from time to time now. So it's like it was a cool situation. But I ended up back in the woods basically. So I think that, you know, the significance of the woods for me is just, you know, I live in the world by myself. You know, I don't have my mom, I don't have a family, I don't have anything, and that's not to complain. I'm fine that way. Yeah. But the only thing I do have is nature, is the trueness in nature, you know, and like going there and being like filled to the top with all this like bullshit and misery, and being able to like finally feel like I can breathe. It's the only place I've ever had in which I feel like I naturally belong. Like nothing can get me. Nothing can touch me out there, you know.
When did you come to that realization? That, like, damn, this is just...
I did shrooms in the desert a few months ago, and like when you do shrooms, the veil drops, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta...
You know, everybody says that, but I'm too pussy to try shrooms.
Don't do it, bruh. I'm not gonna recommend it.
Well, thank you. So, everybody else is like, yeah, you should do it like one time.
No, don't do that
shit. You have an awakening.
I will never do shrooms again. That was my first and last time. This shit is too real. Like, you come face to face with yourself. And for me, that meant like looking at myself and realizing that not only was I my own problem, you know, it's like being chained to a chair that's chained to nothing. Yeah. And you sit there and you realize that everything that you've been thinking is wrong with the world is actually wrong with you. And so like, slapped in the face with that. I ended my relationship with someone and like just did all this crazy stuff. Then I locked myself in my apartment for like 2.5 months and I didn't go outside. And so like I had a penthouse downtown in LA, and my brother, who actually produced one of my very first records, Working Girls, he like moved in with me. He's like, yeah, I don't trust you by yourself, like blah blah blah. Yeah. We just started making music every single day, like nonstop. Like I would just wake up. I wouldn't even sleep actually. I don't sleep. And we would just do it.
I read in an interview you did, you said you like a commitment phobe. Is music the only thing you're committed to, or?
Yeah, actually. Like, music is the only thing that I can fully give myself to. Because, you know, it doesn't have hands, it can't touch you back. Like, right. I look at music and I see a mirror. I see myself and I'm safe by myself. Like, with other people, I'm just like, again, you know? Like, it's just one of those things that I can't really truly connect, and I've just got like other shit that prohibits that as well. So emotions and relationships are not my thing.
So you'll probably be getting, you know, like a house in the woods soon.
Oh yeah, that's what I think. I think I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna build like a log cabin type of house, and I'm gonna fill it with bitches and like, you know, drugs obviously. Okay. kidding.
Sounds like a paradise to me.
And Chipotle. I'm gonna build a Chipotle next door. Okay. And then it's just gonna be like me and my brain and my music and nothing else forever.
Okay, so how is this project then, I guess, different from your first album?
Oh man, wow, it's miles different because, you know, when I did my album, I did it with my label. And, you know, you don't really get much of a say as an artist. Like, I didn't get much of a say. I mean, I feel like you can look at the past 2 years and see that in me versus seeing me now. I think that the freedom from, like, I split with them, like, in January. I was just like, no.
Yeah, because, I mean, you guys had an issue and you, like, leaked the album and everybody got upset. And it's like, you know, artists rebelling against the label.
Sometimes I think there's no rebel without reason.
Yeah.
You know, like, for me, rebelling meant letting kids like me. Because look at me, yo. I'm not normal. I don't look normal. I'm not, like, the typical girl. I'm androgynous as fuck. I do what I want. I say what I want. I feel how I want. Yeah. And I felt like being where I was being, like, just putting mad water in vodka and expecting to get drunk off of it. It just wouldn't work, you know? Like, nobody's going to fall into that trap. And for me, also, having kids who identify with this person and have no other form of representation out there meant way more to me than, like, being famous and being mainstream and being whatever. I was just like, no, nigga, like, this is how it's gonna go. So for this record, it's me. Like, you turn off the lights in the room, you turn on the record, you feel me there. Yeah. I don't feel that way about my old stuff.
So many people that I guess can identify with your story, especially like just coming from like a dysfunctional home. And it's like a lot of people who were like, one of my friends, she actually works there, her mother was a Jehovah's Witness growing up. And there was like this back and forth struggle. Like her mom was like, would go balls to the wall, dedicated in Jehovah's Witness for like a few years, and their life would totally change. They'd be cut off from everybody, they couldn't talk and this and that. And then she would rebel against that, and then, you know, they were like moving around like nomads. And there's a lot of people that live kind of in that space, and I feel like that you've always kind of filled that, because a lot of people, you know, most of the time these rappers have like stereotypical lives, like they don't have a dad, okay, like, you know, boo-hoo, sad story, you know, or like, but there's always a rock.
I got a dad, yo.
I know, well, I mean,
boo-hoo, sad story, no.
No, but I'm just saying it's like the same kind of narrative, but when you came out, it was like, whoa, we've never met a person like this, or this is stuff that we like read about, and you're here, and you know, you're a survivor, and you're like successful, like we're looking at you.
Yeah. Strange.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people like, damn, like if she can make it.
Yeah, I hope that's what people think, because I usually just thought people thought, damn, she's just so fucking weird. Like,
really?
Yeah, because I think of it's different the way you see yourself versus the way the world sees you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not exactly aligned. So for me, it's important to like actually hear stuff like that, like people who don't understand or don't know that there are people like me who live out there in worlds where I couldn't listen to music until I was 16.
Yeah.
Didn't have a family, didn't talk to anyone, couldn't do lots of shit, like even wear pants or earrings and shit like that. Like, yeah. And then I came and I did this because this is what I wanted from my life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a separation of power and checks and balances that are in order when it comes to kids like me, because you gotta know, one, that you can be something coming from where you come from. Even if you're not like me, if you come from a grimmer and dirtier background than I do, you can still come and you can still shine. That's my problem. I didn't know that I could be as dirty as I was and still come out and be something that shined and glistened and gave hope to other people. I was just like in my brain and down on myself, you know? So it's different now.
Yeah.
I think I realized that as much of a responsibility as I have to other people, I also have to myself.
Yeah. What was the very first song that you heard?
Oh God, see, this changes all the time because I just be remembering different stuff.
Different stuff.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I was about maybe 8 or 7, and I used to like sort of low-key sneak and watch 106 in Park when Free and AJ were on. And you know, Rondo Isley used to do those long ass
with R. Kelly
and Contagious. Contagious. I know the whole thing. I watched it one time and I wouldn't stop singing it. I got smacked like shit by my mom, but it was worth it.
She's like, where the fuck did
you learn this from?
So wait, but growing up in the cult, you guys didn't sing like in the church?
Well, we only sing gospel music, like, you know, Hezekiah Walker, Yolanda Adams. Like,
okay.
Yolanda Adams is my real mom growing up, yo.
Yolanda.
She's lit. She's clutch.
I ask you for me, God.
Yes, Jesus.
They used to play that on the hip hop station all the time.
For real?
Yeah.
So then I could have just been a sinner, because that's just some God in there.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom.
What about forgiveness? Is that something that you are open to as far as reconciliation with like your mom and like kind of coming back together with your family? Is that something you ever foresee?
Fuck no.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, just kidding. I don't know. To me, forgiveness is so important, yo. Like, I can't be mad for longer than 15 minutes. Like, I'm obviously...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm obviously very hurt and very damaged by the stuff that I've gone through in my life and the things that I feel towards my mom. But for me, love is always the most important thing. It always outweighs everything, and I always feel it more than I feel any sort of hatred or negative feeling. So, like,
yeah.
I'm open to forgiveness. I'm not open to having them in my life in the same capacity, because, like, the family that I've found that chose me is so much better than the one I came from. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is stronger than choice. And I've learned that, like, I don't need that. But if they were open to it, for sure. Yo, what's up? This is Angel Haze, aka Babe Ruthless, aka Rain Rose, aka all them hoes in one. Okay, my new record is dropping September 14th. It's called Back to the Woods. If you're not excited, you should get excited, man, because it's really good. Oh, also, by the way, you're watching GlobalGrind TV, bitch. It is what it is.